What's up, you? What's up, you? What's up, you?
At the highest levels of these thought forms, you find that everybody's the same. At the highest levels of these chakra systems, you find that we are all connected.
Venus is captured the electricity of the sound of thought. It comes from the body. The language comes like that. You understand?
Hey, the black sun up in here, the black sun up in here.
What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to the Black Sun. Welcome to the Black Sun once again on this beautiful episode. You know I'm always coming with the bang, and you know I'm always coming with the bang. Now check it out. In this beautiful episode, I'll be talking about something very nice, something very, excruciating, nail-biting, adrenaline. Did I say adrenaline? Did I say adrenaline? Okay, let's start. I'm talking about the adrenaline, okay? Now in this episode, I'm going to be talking about adrenaline, which is also part of the endocrine system. I'm going to be talking about the endocrine system versus the chakra system. Now you need to know the chakra system is conditioned based upon your living fields, okay? Based upon your living fields. And your living fields are your points of consciousness. Now consciousness is your inner eye. That's where you're mostly focused during the day. Mostly focused when you're looking at life and you're thinking by yourself. That's where consciousness is. Now I'm going to tell you about this consciousness and how it works, and how exactly your inner eye is telling you about your soul and is releasing this hormone. At the same time, it's giving you living fields. You understand? The same time you're releasing hormone, at the same time you are releasing this fields of information. It's happening at the same time, but in reverse. That's what I've been trying to explain to you, okay? So let's start. Now you have your chakra system. Your chakra system is memories. These memories are just separated by the demon cycle, which is the Pisces age, okay? Now as you interact with the memories, you will understand what your dreams really mean. Your dreams are part of the situation that you are, okay? There's a reason why you are your dream. So I'm going to incorporate these living fields. Now once you understand these living fields, you understand why you have messages during the day, you understand why you have messages at night, and why this is important, and why your dreams and the universe is talking in that way for you, for yourself, to enrich you, to communicate diverse, multiverse dimensions so that you can understand how to go about the day, okay? So these living fields is mostly where you focused on, that's where your consciousness is. That's where you're getting this information from. Mostly where you focused on, that's where you're getting this information from. That's where mostly where your consciousness is, okay? So if you understand where you are inside your body, that's where you are mostly focused on. That's where you're pulling this energy. And once you're pulling this information, you are releasing these hormones at the same time. These are living fields. Badimo, living fields. You're releasing these hormones, and these hormones are the results of the conditioning of your biochemistry. Now you need to understand how important this is. Your biochemistry is regulated by these hormones, okay? That's what I'm going to explain to you. That's why the chakra system is so connected to the endocrine system. You need to understand this, okay? Now let's start. As you know, you have 5 senses. On top of these 5 senses, you have 5 releasing hormones. You understand the word release, meaning that this hormone release liquids. Now these liquids are calcium. They're specified for a specific job. So they're saving that connection that you have with your body. And that's where this has come from. This is where the difference is when you have to understand where are you focused, where are you pulling yourself or this energy. At the same time, you're releasing and you're depleting these messages as they are trying to connect you to your source, or you with source, which is your own inner consciousness, where you are mostly focused when you're alone. That's what this is about, okay? So let's talk about it. You have the hypothalamus. You have the thalamus, okay? The hypothalamus is connecting you to this glands, okay? Every time you're thinking, every time you're putting out a thought, every time you're manifesting yourself inside your body, you are secreting hormones. That's why we call them releasing hormones, okay? Now there's 5 of them. Let's start. You got the thyrotropic hormone, thyrotropic. Now there's a gland in your body here on the windpipe. You see your windpipe. There's a gland on your windpipe. It's controlled by the thyroid. This gland is the one that has these liquids for you, okay? These liquids that are supposed to help your biochemistry so that your dreams can manifest, so that your consciousness can be intact, and you know where to direct this channel of your blood flow. Because every time you're releasing these hormones, you are inside your own realm. You're creating this world that you never come back from, okay? So, let's start. The thyrotropy is a releasing hormone. So what happens is the hypothalamus releases this hormone, thyrotropy. So the thyrotropy now releases thyroid to the bloodstream. What happens is once it goes to the thyroid, it creates thyroxine and thiarothioronine, T3 and T4. Now T3 and T4, these are now focused. These are hormones that are going to be released as much as you're living fields that are sending you messages, as much as you are living inside your own consciousness, which is the most focused part that you have every day. You need to know where you're focused on during the day, 24 hours. That's where you pull this from, okay? So now you understand thyroxine they're releasing. Now, these ones now, they're going to prepare your body for metabolism, right? Metabolism, understand. Metabolism. They prepare your body for metabolism, meaning that the appetite that you have, that you're thinking you have, you are thinking at a dimension that is so low. You know, you think you're hungry, but you're supposed to receive this message. You understand? So that's what's delaying us from connecting with source and connecting with this universal messages that are never changing, and they are only connected through your cells and your releasing your glands. Okay, so now this metabolism gets released inside your bloodstream. Your bloodstream now is running. It's holding this metabolism liquid hormone that's supposed to make you balanced. It's running inside your body. What are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna do? Guess what's happening inside T4, T3 and T4? It's the same place where you find your Martian energy. This is the living field, okay? Where you find your Martian energy. This is now a projection of yourself. So you're having a dream about yourself. So there's two yous. You see why you have your eyes showing you something outside, and you also have your own imagination. That imagination place, this is where it's all happening. The imagination, that's the central unit of your whole system. This is where the Christ lives. This is where we call it the Christos, the Christ consciousness. You know, this is where the Christ consciousness lives. It lives stagnant there. It never changes. The message never changes. It's always the same. That's why they tell you about your hypothalamus and your pineal gland, because these are body structures that release this hormone specifically for a spiritual state. Specifically for a spiritual state. That's why it's meant to meditate or put you in trances. Once it puts you in trances, you or the body you inside, the hormone gets metabolized. It's not only food. There's a spiritual consequences, because there's also fasting. Fasting gets you into other dimensions as well. Okay, you can travel inside and get to other worlds as well. So there's different methods or ways in which this universe wants to communicate with us or communicate through us. Okay, because now once you understand we are the liquids first, 90% of the body is liquid, then you become the physical structure. You understand why it's so, the world of the liquid is so fast. It's fast. It's happening every day. The body is happening per week. The mind, the air, you have to breathe into the lungs. Okay, so now let's continue. T3, T4, now you got metabolism. That's strengthening, okay? Now you got the next one, you have also they release catecholamine, something like that. What it does is thing now, it has neurotransmitters. You know what neurotransmitters are? Neurotransmitters is the cells that communicate to the brain, meaning that your thyroid alone, your inner voice alone, it's got its own connection that talks to the brain. Now understand what I'm talking about now. Your thyroid has its own connection that talks to the brain, because the cells that are projecting there, they're sending these neurotransmitters. Neuron cells are the brain cells. You also find them on the spinal cord. You also find them on the brain. So when you find neuron cells, meaning that this specific connection is sending messages or sending hormones to the brain to communicate homeostasis. Are we balanced? Are we okay? You know, is everything okay inside my body? This is where it matters. You cannot do anything without these parts. I need to emphasize, you cannot do anything without these parts, because now, if they catch you before, they take you out of your spiritual part. You understand? So you always be going outside or seeking without having this balanced part of you. And you will forever do that. That's the problem. You will forever do that. Okay? So, next on the thyroid gland, you have a hormone released by the thyrotropin. This hormone now, it's called calcitonin. We all know calcium. So the calcium, where the tissue comes from, the tissue of the bone tissue is made by calcium and other stuff. So calcitonin is a hormone released by your body to maintain the structure of this metabolized body. You understand? Everything is connected. Everything connects. So your metabolism is connected through calcium. Okay. So calcium is sent into the bloodstream from the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus sends a message that the body needs calcium. The body needs calcium. Now this hypothalamus on the anterior, the posterior holds the nerves of the messages, which is the nervous system. That one travels faster. Now you have the anterior holds the blood supply. Now it sends hormones through this blood. Okay, it streams these hormones. These hormones are meant to keep you okay. These hormones are meant to make you okay. They are meant to fix your body and on a spiritual level. Okay, so calcium is sent into the bloodstream from the hypothalamus through the thyrotropin. The thyrotropin releases thyroxine and calcitonin and T3, T4 and calcitonin. Calcitonin goes into the bloodstream through the livers. Okay, once it gets into the bloodstream, it sends this calcium to specific parts of the body that needs homeostasis. The specific parts needs homeostasis. That's what's going to happen to the calcium, and that calcium is going to keep you inside paradise. The reason why you have to see and enjoy this place is because you have these hormones. These hormones are meant to make you this person that feels and enjoys this paradise inside your body. Your first vehicle is your body. You understand this? These are dimensions. There's 33 dimensions on all that. Okay, so let's go on. The next, you have adrenal gland. Now inside adrenal gland, you're going to find adrenaline. Okay? Adrenal gland now, this hormone that's going to be released inside the adrenal gland is called cortisol. Okay? You have cortisol inside cortex. Cortex is going to release, is going to get the stimulating hormone. You got releasing hormone. The releasing hormone is going to go to the stimulating hormone, to the corticotropin. That one was thyrotropin. This is corticotropin. If it ends with tropin, meaning that this specific hormone, it's supposed to release another hormone in order to affect that specific organ. Okay, so if a hormone releases another hormone for a specific organ, you understand how beautiful this is. This is heaven on earth. I'm selling you heaven on earth right now. Literally, I'm on a book inside your own soul. This is heaven on earth. If a hormone releases another hormone just to get to an organ and replenish it and make it as if it's new again. That's what this is about, okay? To make the organ feel and be as if it's new again. When I'm talking about the organ, I'm talking about the whole organism. You are the organ. You are the organ is the organism is made by tissues. Tissues are made by proteins. Proteins are made by genes. Genes come from DNA. DNA is a bunch of nucleus. Nucleus are controlled by electrons. Electrons is atomic level. You need to understand this, okay? So when I say you are an organ, I'm talking about the whole organism. It's a part of you, okay? So there's some same cells. Some cells are different. Some organs are made up with same cells. That's why you have to communicate the same hormone. Some cells are made with different hormones so that you can change this. You have to change the structure of carbons that is going to affect this hormone, okay? So we have cortisol. Cortisol is releasing blood volume. Cortisol releases blood volume into the bloodstream, okay? You understand? Once you release blood volume, meaning that you're increasing the volume of your blood inside your body, meaning that you're increasing the volume of your blood. Once your blood has enough volume, your blood becomes hydrated. Okay, that's the specific. That's what this is about. That's what heaven is about. As I said, I'm selling you heaven on earth here. You need to understand. So this cortisol is sending blood into creating blood volume, which increases glucose. Okay, by increasing glucose, meaning that it's going to suppress the immune system. It's going to press down on the immune system. The pressing down on the immune system, meaning that this part of you is going to feel the whole hydrated blood. That's what makes you relaxed, fight or flight. This is where the flight or fight. If your stomach is your blood is moving too quick, you're in a flight zone. We call it anxiety. You're always scared. You're always feeling anxiety. That means your thoughts are corresponding to that. Even your nerves, even the hormones that you release, they're going to be exactly that. You understand why this is important? So, meaning that your focus of consciousness, the channel where your mind is, where your inner eye is, where your inner thoughts, where those thoughts where alone is, where it's pulling from, it's not receiving enough glucose, when it's not receiving enough glucose, there's no way you can be relaxed. There's no way you can say you relax. Your mind will always be working. And you can see it in humans today. You can see it in society today. The society is so dead and so evil that you can understand why people they're releasing different type of thought structures that are always working against them. You understand? So the next one is aldosterone. Now, when you're talking about aldosterone hormone, aldosterone also part of the adrenal glands, coming from the corticotropin, meaning that it's also going into it's a hormone released by other hormones. This is important to understand. This hormone is released by another hormones, because it's not. It takes two hormones to make that organ feel relieved or become balanced or be in a homeostasis. Okay, so aldosterone releases sodium. It reabsorbs the sodium in your body. Sodium is salt. Just like as the sea has salt in the water, the ocean has salt in the water. You see, there's a reason. You see, this God frequency doesn't just talk. It's hidden in plain sight. That's why you need to do your research. This aldosterone sends out salt, and it absorbs it according to the relevancy of your immune system. If your immune system needs too much salt or less salt, it'll reabsorb it so that it can hold on to the other salt to whenever you need it. Same as where you have let's say a liver organ or a kidney organ, where it needs glucagon or it needs insulin. Every time you eat, it's gonna just absorb the glucose. So if you don't eat, you don't even matter, because now the stored glucose is gonna be released. Do you understand how this thing works on itself? You just need to create the spiritual part about it. You need to know where your inner eye is always focused, because your inner eye creates the outer eye. The outer eye is the second vision, okay? The projection. The inner eye will always tell you about this connection with yourself. Okay, so this is part one. I'm only going to talk about the two homeostasis, okay, that are controlled by the endocrine system. Because next of all we're going to the growth hormone. The growth hormone, we're talking about the testosterone and the what do you call that, testosterone and testis, where you're producing milk from your mind, where your mind can produce milk with your head, or you can produce milk with your hypothalamus. These are true. These things are true. You can actually produce milk with your mind. You can actually grow things with your mind. You see these things, there's sangomas outside here trying to teach people, trying to like lost love, because they know they're working with hormones. You understand? Everything that's cultural has an understanding of a spiritual relevance. So you need to understand it was meant to put us inside that whole diversity as if it's different. Do you understand? But it's just we're just lacking one source. Okay. So this is the hormone. This is the hormone that I'm talking about. Okay. The endocrine system versus the chakra system, where you're pulling your conscious thoughts, your channel of images and memories and feelings from. That channel, if it's open, meaning that your inner eye here has enough consciousness to control its own environment, meaning that you control the blood in your body. You need to do that, because once you control the blood, you control the energy, you control the pictures. This is what the God system is about, okay? Badim. Alright. From me, the Black Sun, this is a show. Shout out. Next time.